Hey guys, so we're back with round 2 of locals over at Sully's. This was recorded on, correct me if I'm wrong, the 5th of October. This matchup is going to be round 2, so it's going to be WarGreymon ToolBox, which is myself on the right, and Gabe playing ShineGreymon. So hopefully a nice sort of meta matchup, if you will, for you guys. And like I said, this is a new format for us, new type of video, so let us know what you guys think. Round 3 will be linked in the description below, as well as round 1. So feel free to check those out. And without further ado, let's get into it.
And hi, I'm here as the little ghost in Ben's head that constantly chirps in.
Yes, thank you, TJ, for joining as always. So I choose to keep, Gabe chooses to mulligan. He was very scarred because last round he did not see his level 5. So I think he was a little bit worried there.
Yeah, I think he had a pretty rough round 1 entirely. Like, I think both games he was struggling to find pieces.
Alright, so I go first. I go into Agu in the back, go into Greymon from EX1, pass him over to 2. He's able to go into Agu, and I think he decides to just set up with a Marcus, which, as a Shine player, not a very bad play.
Nope.
Go into Grey X, and choke him with a Mem Boost. Pick up my Metal Grey. A pretty standard start for both players, I think.
Yeah, and you had a really good response too. Like he made the right call. I think just hard dropping Marcus turn 1 is usually pretty good. Especially if your opponent's unable to choke you, but you were able to choke him, so that stops him. He has to go Geogray in the back here, though, which is, it's sometimes it can be a little unfortunate. I think most of the time it's okay. I think you don't always want to try and get the value off of it because it's usually not worth the risk, especially when you're going up against somebody that can control your board really well, like a black or gray player.
Which is exactly what Gabe is doing here, right? Like, he just prioritizes getting into his stack.
Yeah.
So he doesn't waste any turns down the road, which, like you said, is just smart and effective play as opposed to rushed play.
Yeah, he's playing smart and definitely banking on wanting to make his one big turn play rather than risking pushing up too early and then just crashing or getting raided into basically by your board because he knows you're gonna have higher DP than him.
Yeah. So yeah, I then choose to go into Blackboard to pop his BT12 Marcus. So he keeps his memory setter, but at least this way he's sort of forced to pay the full 4. To go, oh no, he would go into Shine for 3, so he would still keep turn, but it's a little less efficient.
Yeah. He definitely slows down the aggression, and he can't make as big of a play as he wanted to if he had a burst mode. So we see him going into the Shine. He's doing some math right now to try and figure out how much DP he needs to minus on you, it looks like.
Yeah, because he still gets his... The -3 from Marcus is no longer a thing. I still get my +3 from the Metal Grey X. So I think I'm sitting pretty right now at a 16k, if I remember correctly, because of the auto inheritable.
Yep, you got it.
But I think you're right. Like, I think a lot of times, particularly myself included, as we may see in the video later on, is that, with these big stack decks, sometimes it's very enticing to, push out a little too early or, feel forced to, make a play because you feel like you're just kind of wasting time and raising. But I think sometimes the smart play is to just set up and wait.
Yeah. And to be fair too, I think you made the right place. I think you made the right call. He just had all the right Greymon stuff to do the minuses that he needed.
So Marcus will swing, hit into a tie.
Yeah.
Which I think will be enough to kill me.
Yeah, it does not save you. If the Marcus had died there, it would have been really good for you because then you would have run suspended.
Yeah.
But tie. I feel like, dude, I can't count the amount of times that I feel like I've seen the BT12 tie come off security as the first check. It happens so often for that deck.
It really does.
All the time, dude.
He's living. So we search with Agu because I think I'm missing a 4, which we swiftly pick up.
Yep, you were ready.
Go right into him in the back. He goes to his 3. Pretty scary board because I'm looking at a potential OTK situation now.
Yeah, he's got the board state he needs, but as you can see in Gabe's hand, he does not have the burst mode. So he's trying to just do some digivolving, see if he can fish for it. He's trying to consider what he wants to do. Goes Geogray, just tries to draw it again. No luck, puts his hand down. It's just, you know. It's okay, though, because he can just start swinging. He'll gain his memory. He'll pop the Agu. Okay,
I think he takes it back to this, yeah.
Yeah, changes what he wants to go into, but still works out.
Agu with that guy swings, which I know you commented before, like that takes some guts, because if that stack dies, you feel real bad.
Yeah, it's really risky to swing like that before. It's also too like because you don't have any DP boosts. Security's not minus. It's so scary, but you got lucky and it's just two rookies after the tie, so.
I think at that point too, he's probably just looking for as much aggression as possible. Because I mean, he also is in a pretty decent spot with Geogray in the back. It's not like he didn't have anybody in the back, so he already had some sort of stack established. So he's able to pass turn at 2. I go into Altarius mode, tap tie to keep turn. I pop the Agu, and I go into Metal Gray X. And here, I think I'm thinking about what to do.
Because right now you meet the ShineGrey.
Yeah, we would tie.
The DP.
So we would crash. I slip in an X antibody here. Which is where...
Go ahead and have Ty do a little 180.
My brain's doing a 180. That's what we're doing. So I think this is where I probably... Because I know that Marcus is in security. And I'm trying to find a way to clear his bodies. I'm able to get over the ShineGrey. I don't have piercing.
All right, because you have the promo Agu in there, making you higher than him. I forgot.
Yeah. So then I go into Blackboard to pop his other Marcus.
Yeah, which is good.
And
smart play.
Yeah, not a bad play. He's kind of forced to reset, which he does. He goes into a Rise Gray, and he says, "Okay, I think he drops the Marcus." Yep, drops Marcus.
And now
3.
Yeah, and
Here's
this is where it was something we talked about for our first recording before that got corrupted. We'll wait till it happens a little bit here.
Yeah, so the key thing to remember here is, as you can see in my hand, I've got 2 Hades Force. And we know that there's a Marcus sitting pretty in security right now. So here is where I mess up. You know, here is where I'm like, ooh, let's get rid of the Marcus. Big play. Going to Black War. Woohoo. But what I should have done is I should have swung into security, right, to get that Marcus on board, and then Hades to pop both of them, which puts Gabe in a pretty bad spot. Because he has no tamers. He has the Rise Gray, but he's still sitting at 3.
He would have been at 2, even.
He would have been at 2. He would have been at 2, which at that point forces him to just drop tamers and pass turn again, which puts me in a much better spot. But I gave him that Marcus back, which now lets him go into Shine and go into burst mode and do burst mode shenanigans. He's able to gain a memory. He goes in and he's able to...
And you're stuck in a spot.
I'm stuck in a spot where I lose my stack. He recovers one, and I'm in a pretty bad spot, and I think I can't even redirect. Yeah, so that's game. Yeah, that's game.
Because you can't redirect it. If you block the Marcus, sure, but then he just swings a Shine for a game, and you can't do anything. Because even if you redirect, he just swings through you.
Yeah.
So, and then all you have an Agu in the back. The burst mode's done. Yeah, it was just there was no way really out of that.
Yeah. So subtle plays, but a big sort of implication, right? Like I think if I had read that ahead of time and like, oh yeah, Marcus is in security, pop both of them, I think you're looking at a different outcome, in my opinion, with what I had set up.
I'd agree. I think, and to be fair too, that is a hard play to see when you're in the matchup. I think when you've already gone, because it's been like 2 turns that he was in there. It it is hard to be like, okay, I can do this, then do that, then do that. Because the other thing too is you wouldn't have been able to go into Black Wargray X, so you would have been just suspended. You would have Ultimate 2, so you wouldn't have been able to make a counterplay.
Sure.
But I think you were more focused on trying to gain advantage and getting into your Black Wargray X while making a play.
Yeah.
And it just sort of slipped the mind.
But yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the more you watch, the more you kind of rethink about some things. I think the more you can learn from stuff, so.
Yeah. I really want to, I need to, speaking of Greymon stuff too, I need to test, because I know we're recording this now right after the pre-release for the new structure decks. I need to test the new Greymon to see how good it is.
I ran a couple of practice matches with my buddy. I really like it. I really like it. I think Wilson was running. He was playing Masty, so it gave me a little bit more time to set up. But like the amount of times that Greymon came out of security, and I was just like, "Ooh, I can do something." Well,
yeah, you can just play a free tie or an Agu.
Yeah. I like it.
Also,
I like it a lot.
Gaining memory too. Yeah. Anyways,
but yeah, I think Gabe set up. He did Agu, played a Searcher Agu, picked up a Marcus. I go into my line, which is a pretty decent line, double stack. And
it's War of the Rookies right now. Or it was War of the Rookies until that Greymon X showed up.
Yeah. And then I play out a Searcher Agu to pick up my Metal Gray. So I think not a bad start for either side.
No, I think both
Gabe
of you are finding the
pieces. Yeah, exactly. Gabe does the Geogray play to play out one of his Marcuses. Good efficiency there. And then goes Rise Gray to play out another one. Do Agu X, so we do that to search and cycle. We pick up a Black Wargray. Bottom deck a tie, which feels bad, but it's alright. We do go into the Raid Metal Gray, which is helpful. That would be for 3, so I'm at 0 memory now. So we raid. We play out a tie, give him +1k blocker. We then do, I believe it's going to be Alterius, yep, to just, I think, cycle and draw. Then we go into Metal Gray X. And then, oh, wait. Did I forget to pay 3 to go into Metal Gray?
I think you did. I mean,
what?
Did
we
you?
Cheated a turn.
Oh no!
We
didn't catch that in the first couple recordings.
This dirty boy. It's okay. Karma will get me.
Benny, what are you doing?
So I think Gabe is just asking me how big this guy was. But yeah, I think we talked about this in the last round, and I think in the last recording too. I think Gabe does a really good job, in my opinion, of, and I think you can attest to this being a ShineGreymon player, of just being patient.
Yeah.
You know, and not letting the opponent's board state intimidate him. Because I think, particularly with Greymon, that can be a challenge, right? Like you look over, there's like a tie, there's like 2 big bodies, a big stack, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta do something.
Yeah, I think the only time that our opponent's board state really scares me as a Shine player is when I'm playing against like Machine. That's what I'm scared because if they see the EX1 Machine where they can't be DP reduced, or anything like that, that's when I get a little spooked.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a lot of times, as long as you're just counting security, just keeping realistically in your mind with like the type of deck you're playing against, what they're capable of, how many checks they can do, you just sort of play to your advantage as best you can, and just wait for your one big turn, because you will have your big turn. It'll come. As long as you don't brick, it'll come.
Yeah, which somebody as like for me, for example, right? Like I think that's like a mindset I need to get used to. Because I'm so used to like low to the ground poke decks, like cross or like blue decks in general, where I'm just like kind of stabbing. So I'm kind of just
swinging
like
a lot.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, spewing out bodies, swinging, and doing what I can. We use that turn to just go into Black War.
Yeah, which I mean, right now you have a hell of a board state.
Yeah. We've got quite a board state. We're able to get rid of 1 Marcus. He still goes to 3. He pays the 1 to promote.
So I think, I mean, pardon the glare, everyone, but I think that's a raid WarGrey right there.
Yep.
Which is effectively a double blocker.
Yep. Chooses to swing with Marcus. Going to BT12 Shine, which will negate 6k? Or 3k.
Yeah. Well, it would be total 6 because he has the BT2 or BT12 GeoGrey and then the Agu there as well. Or Koro. Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Choose to block, which you get there, which chooses to block, recovers a Marcus. Let the next check go through. Hits a Metal Gray X.
And Gabe at this point knows, he's like, well, I might as well just swing, see if I can get some aggression out of the Shine. I'm down on my Marcuses. It's not going to stay on the board because that raid WarGrey's over there. I need to just do what damage I can with it and then just see what else I can do.
Right.
Which he plays the Agu. Top 4. Does find his burst mode, which he was missing for a lot of the game so far.
Gives me 1, which I think at this point what I'm trying to do is just see, at least finesse-wise, what I can do to optimize my 1 memory. We choose to swing at the Agu. Pierce through for a check, which we know Marcus is there.
2 checks because you have the...
Oh yeah, 2 checks. We use Black War to swing over to restand. We would pierce again for 2 checks. Fortunately, hit the burst mode, which pops the stack. But still able to do a pretty decent amount with that turn. I feel safe in searching because I know he can't really do anything next turn.
Yeah.
So
and there's no reason for you to swing again either. You don't have a reboot, so it's better just to chill, just in case something crazy happened.
Right. Like if I hit another big body, or like then I lose another stack and then I'm in trouble.
Or if you give him more Marcus, so then he can make a bigger play, potentially.
So then Gabe does the smart thing, which is just build up into another Rise Gray, threaten the Shine play again. We promote with the Agu. We give plus 1k blocker to the big Roar Gray stack. We're able to go into Gray X to help turbo myself up, potentially. So we pop the boost to go back up to 3. We slide X Antibody underneath, going to Metal Gray. Technically, should have been for 1, right?
Yeah, because you're the Greymon X there.
So I guess
you should have been at 2.
I guess I mistakenly repaid the memory that I cheated Gabe out of earlier.
Yeah.
And just swung for game there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was game 2. I think better from my WarGrey end of things. I think I was able to get into my stacks, keep them on, and control board state a little bit better.
Yeah. And I mean, Gabe was sort of just kind of struggling to find pieces there at the end too. At sort of when it was coming down to it, you were able to control his board really well, even despite the whole the memory thing. I think he was looking rough for him regardless, space wise.
Yeah, I think he was just finding like some pieces, but not all, which left him kind of stuck in like purgatory almost.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so we move on to game 3. I think at this point, in my head at least, as I'm thinking about WarGrey and just the deck itself, I am enjoying it. I think the more I test it, I do like it.
Yeah.
I still think it's a pretty decent choice with all the Tamer interaction. I think that's why I do like it, particularly with the decks that we have going on with like Shine, obviously Hunters is a pretty good matchup for you with WarGrey, and I think the flexibility of it, like how it can be kind of control-y but aggro at the same time. Rough start for me, because we brick and we boost, pick up a rookie, and pass over to Gabe. Gabe also chooses to search, which is not a bad search for him. He's able to pick up a Marcus and a Rise Gray. And he goes into Geo for 2, which I think honestly is an awesome play for him. He's able to search tamers, play out a tamer. Not bad at all.
And I think he didn't whiff, right?
He did not.
I looked away for half a second. Okay.
We boost again because we're just sore for pieces right now.
Mm-hmm. Just trying to find stuff.
Just trying to find stuff. He chooses to promote the Marcus, choosing to swing, going to a Rise Gray to play out a memory setter Marcus to gain a memory.
Yep.
Hits a Black War, which lets him recover, which, if I remember correctly, will sort of be the theme of Gabe's round 3 against me. He's going to be building his security quite a lot in this round.
Yeah, I think he gets a lot of Marcus in there.
I think he's just looking to see what his best play is when he decides to just go into ShineGrey.
Yeah, he was debating on whether it was worth it or not to go into the Shine, because I think there is the fear that, you know, you have 2 memory boosts down, he gives you 2 memory, you go up to 6, and you can possibly make a big play.
Yeah. We decide to stay in the back, unfortunately, because we don't have what we need. We are able to go into Gray X, which hopefully is some level of setup. I decide to boost with Agu.
Yeah.
But we are able to pick up a level 5, which is what we're missing. Not the ideal level 5, but a level 5, which is better than nothing. He decides to play the Agu that pushes up Marcus. He swings with Marcus, which dies, which again gets recovered. Which at this point, 7 security.
Yeah, keeps making some jokes about he's gonna just keep putting Marcus in security. Now, Gabe is trying to decide if he wants to use that BT13 Geogray, which he does, to, you know, pull Marcus back out and recover one. Which, I mean, honestly, at that point, might as well. And I think he had another Marcus in there too.
Yep.
Pretty sure there's another BT12 Marcus in there.
I think he had at least 2 Marcuses in there.
Yeah.
But I think this was probably the best one. Keeps turn. He can go into burst. Oh my! Goes into burst mode to bring him back out. So chooses to swap Marcuses. Brings this Marcus out, which is one heck of a play. He's able to swing with Marcus, go into Rise Gray, play out another Marcus, trash 1 security, hits a Cool Boy, which hurt a bit.
You can fix anybody.
Because I think I bottom decked a Metal Gray, which would have been nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's able to swing with Burst Mode, plays out a tie, which, okay, great.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, sitting here, you have a really good clapback turn available to you, but it is a hill to climb.
Yeah, it's one hell of a hill. He chokes me to 1. I'm able to promote the Gray X. Like I said, I don't have the BT12 Metal Gray, which is painful. We go to 5 memory because we had 4 boosts.
You're sitting here trying to do some math. You do have the BT11 Greymon X. I can see it in your hand there. I think you're mulling it over.
Mm-hmm.
Alterus in hand as well. Unfortunately, just does not do much.
Right.
It's a hard position because he potentially has 4 swings next turns if he has a BT13 Agu.
And I think I'm talking.
And that's
to him,
a lot
right
of things to block.
Just like, even if I were to get his board wiped, he has a body in raising, and I've got to get through now 7 security to my 0.
Yeah.
I think at this point we both know that I'm on the back foot, if not back feet, and I'm just trying to survive. Which is rough. I think my idea here was to search with Agu X, gain the memory off a Cool Boy, and unfortunately don't hit the Metal Gray that I'm looking for.
Yeah, and that's 3 memory down, which is
That's
rough.
3 memory down. It was a gamble on my end to just go for it.
Which I think here, you didn't go into Greymon X. I think you just went straight into Alterus.
No, we had the BT9 Gray X. That was why.
No, you also had a BT11 one in there.
Yeah, but we had one in Raising already. Like, it was in Raising, a BT9.
I'm sorry.
No,
I apologize.
You're good. So, we're kind of stuck here at this point, not really having much to do, because we have the BT9 Metal Gray as a big body to, like, potentially do something.
Yeah.
But not much, right? Because, like you said, there's just so much on board right now that there's really nothing for me to do.
Like, the biggest thing you could have hoped for right now is if you had Hades Force and then Black Wargray X in hand and were able to... I mean, you'd spend a lot of memory.
Yeah. We would spend
but you could clear board.
And we go into...
I believe that's Black Wargray X.
To unsuspend, pop, but he's at 4, and we're kind of sitting here.
You have blocker.
He has to pay the one to do that.
He is missing the BT13 Agu, so he can't really, he can't do anything to
really
just make the Marcus go for 3.
Marcus out there.
Yeah. Also, I misspoke earlier. It wouldn't have been 4 swings. It would have been 3 swings on board. But either way, this is still rough.
He goes into Rise Gray for 3. Essentially 2, because he's got the Tamer in.
Yeah.
Chooses to swing Marcus. Lets him go into Shine, which DP reduces my Black War to, I believe, 9. By 9?
Yeah. Yeah, by 9, because it's going to be -6 off of the Shine, and then minus another 3 off the Koro and the Agu inheritables. But you're bigger, because of the tie.
Choose the block, yep. And then he burst mode, and I can't even redirect his Marcus at that point, because it's not the highest DP. And that should wrap it up.
Yeah, that's just game.
That's game.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think, again, pretty good showcase of what both decks want to do. I think we had a pretty good round 1 for Shine, round 2 for WarGrey, and then a good round 3 too. So hopefully, guys, you enjoy what we had to show. Like I said, round 3 will be in the link below, and we will catch you on round 3. Bye.
Bye.